about them Tar Heels? They are the national champions.
We're back. Time for another edition of the Carolina Insider. It is a rapid reactions edition following a remarkable night in the Smith Center. Carolina only leads against Duke for 0.4 of a second. Duke led 2-0. Carolina tied it at 2. From that point forward, Duke led the rest of the game until the Tar Heels tied it at 68 in the final 90 seconds. And then Seth Trimble with an all-time Carolina Duke shot knocks in the game winner for what appeared to be right at the horn. They did add 0.4 of a second back. Had to clear the floor from the aggressive court storm that had occurred. With 0.4 of a second left, Duke can't get anything done at the end, and Carolina wins it. Jones Adam here with you. Our rapid reaction is brought to you by Modelo. Adam's going to talk to Seth coming up in a minute. I'll talk to Coach Davis. Adam, what a second half by Carolina. We've seen this multiple times this year. Kansas game, Virginia game, now tonight, where the Tar Heels had their backs against the wall and came out and played 20 incredible minutes of basketball to win it.
We quite literally have never seen a game like this in Carolina Duke in the Smith Center. Maybe Carolina Duke ever. We think it's the latest game winner that Carolina's ever had against the Blue Devils.
Yeah, so Adam and I have been talking about this. Unfortunately, I think you and I can both name a couple of shots that Duke hit to win it. But Adam, here's the shot that Carolina fans are going to remember forever.
And don't underrate the pass from Derek Dixon. I mean, directly bullseye on the money as Seth Trimble stands there wide open. And to have the courage to make that shot after he had not converted on a prior possession and a similar opportunity driving to the rim just sends the Smith Center, a great look at it there, into a frenzy.
It was as an aggressive a court storm at the end of the game, Adam, like this build-up to this moment where, as you can see, and again, Adam's going to talk to Seth in a minute, as you can see, just this massive humanity eventually swarms around Seth Trimble. So Adam and I were talking about it. Obviously, Walter Davis has the very famous shot.
Theo Pinson right in the middle of it right there.
Walter Davis has the very famous shot capping the 8 points in 17 seconds, Adam. But that was to send the game to overtime. Matt Doherty had a shot in 1984 that tied the game late to send it to overtime. As far as game winner in the game, at least at this moment, you and I are struggling to remember another from the Carolina side that played out quite like this.
Marvin Williams, 17 seconds left on the clock in 05. I mean, that in my mind, that seems very late, but that was an eon before this one.
So 71-68 the final, and Adam, it's hard to gather all your thoughts on this. It felt to me one of the reasons Carolina won this game was the first half. It was Caleb Wilson and everybody else, and it was pretty much only Caleb Wilson. Seth Trimble played okay in the first half, was in some foul issues. It was pretty much Caleb Wilson keeping Carolina afloat. In the second half, Dixon, Trimble, Vasar, who had not scored in the first half. All three of those guys came to play. Let's start with Wilson in the first half, basically doing enough to keep Carolina alive in this game in the first 20 minutes.
He just took over the game from a Carolina perspective, and I think that'll eventually get forgotten because of the magnitude of the shot, but all these plays you see him making kept Carolina close enough. I mean, against good defenders.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was doing this against undermanned opponents. Showing off the entire arsenal, including the three-pointer, which we know he's been working on, and just kept Carolina close enough. It wasn't all that close, but it was close enough so that when the Tar Heels woke up, they were able to turn it into a game.
And then going into the second half, that's when everybody else caught up a little bit. And again, Seth Trimble was solid throughout this entire game. Really felt like Vasar showing up in the second half was a difference.
Because he was so absent in the first half, and you thought, what is wrong? Where is Henry Vasar? And then in the second half, 13 points, 6 of 7 from the field. He made a huge three-pointer. He had 9 rebounds. He had an assist. He had a block. He played 20 minutes, and he was plus 15. I mean, there was no sign that was coming after his first half, but he just turned it on and didn't care who he was going up against. And every time he got the ball, you felt like he was about to score. And Cameron Boozer, I think, thought he was going to push him around a little, and he did not in the second half.
So Vesar finishes with his ACC best 13th double-double with all 13 of his points and 9 of his 11 rebounds coming in the second half. And how about that shot? That tied the game at 68, the only three-pointer he made in the ball game. And Adam, that end of game sequence, not just the Trimble 3, the Vesar 3, before that was a Derek Dixon 3. And Dixon, there were times in this game where Dixon didn't have some great moments, but there were some times where he stepped up to the moment. And Adam, that kind of feels like Derek Dixon. Like, he's going to have some moments because he's a freshman, but he's also shown that he's okay in the big moments too.
That's why you play him.
Yeah.
All 4 of his assists were in the second half. When he played 19 minutes, he scored 8 points in the second half. I mean, you wanted him to have the ball during that stretch when Carolina was going on that 9-0 run so that he could initiate things, and he showed why on the game-winning play. I mean, that's an unbelievable pass over 4 arms, all of which were long, to be able to see Trimble in the corner and have the presence of mind to know, okay, I don't have to force this up and take the shot. I can find a teammate and let them do it. We've talked about some Marcus Page similarities, and he obviously has a long, long way to get there. But that was a Marcus Page freshman type of game where some ups and downs, but then at the end makes the plays that you need.
Last thing before we get to the interviews, because I know you want to hear from Coach Davis and from Seth Trimble. What a moment for Seth Trimble, and what a night for Seth Trimble. I mean, he was never the guy that was getting all the attention in this game because Wilson was so good in the first half and Vesar was so good in the second half. But he ends up with 16 points. He had 3 steals in the game. He was very efficient for the most part, 5 of 7 from the floor, 1 of 1, of course, that three-pointer at the horn. He ends up having the moment at the end, but he was consistently there tonight.
And he was the guy who's been in these games before and didn't look rattled even when things were going poorly. The shots weren't always going in, but you never got the sense that he was overwhelmed. And Carolina needed that to stay a little closer. I mean, that block, that was a big-time block. He was up there. So just made the plays that the Tar Heels needed to be in position to do it at the end, and that's what you need your senior to do.
Well, Adam talked to him. I talked to Coach Davis. Let's get to those conversations. We'll come back and wrap things up here on a Rapid Reactions edition of the Carolina Insider presented by Modelo. Hand him a box score so he can take a look at this one real quick as his team does not lead until there's 0.4 of a second remaining, but they end up getting the most important lead, which is the final one at 71-68. Coach, what a ball game. Duke led early.
They led the whole game.
Yes. They led pretty convincingly early. Your team fought back, still down 12, though, at halftime, and then just a terrific second half. Let's just start with the very end first.
Yeah.
Seth's shot. Tell us about your angle of it, what you guys were trying to do, and how it played out.
Yeah, it's one of our plays that we can run in a half-court set or actually run side out of bounds. Mm-hmm. And we felt like it was a good play for us to get downhill, to get pressure on the rim with Caleb. One of the nice things is you can have spacing with Henry because he can shoot the 3. And Derek penetrated, and there's a number of options, and one of those options is to throw cross court because his man came over and took away the roll and gave the answer. And it was a beautiful, not good, great, beautiful pass by Derek to Seth in the corner. And great execution. He was able to knock it down. And what a beautiful night. What a beautiful moment for Carolina basketball.
Coach, it felt like maybe one of the stories of this game was in the first half, Caleb Wilson was doing almost everything for you. Yeah. In the second half, Henry, Derek Dixon, Seth, felt like some guys joined them in the effort in half number 2.
Yeah, we talked at halftime, and, in games like this, over the last couple of days in the locker room throughout our facility were past Carolina Duke games. And I told them, I said, in each one of those games, a common theme is players stepped up. multiple players, making big plays on both ends of the floor. And so at the end of the day, we can call this play, we can try to play defense this sort of way, but multiple players are going to have to step up, and they did in the second half. Henry, his ability to score in the paint, he got a double-double, but that was all in the second half. Mm-hmm. He had 0 defensive rebounds in the first half. I mean, he just played great. And you talked about Derek stepping up, making plays, hitting threes, and then I'm really so happy for Seth. During this time with the, NIL, transfer portal, how many more accomplished players like Seth will stay at one institution for 4 years? He was more deserving than anybody out there to get that shot and to be able to make it. And these guys have memories for the rest of their life, and that's exactly what I want them to have.
When you and I spoke before the game, you said Duke is more than Cameron Boozer.
Yeah.
And it felt like in the first half, all the other guys were making some big plays for Duke. It seemed like you slowed that down in the second half defensively. Boozer got his because he's really good, but it felt like you turned off some of the other guys in the second half.
Yeah, we did. But, I mean, to their credit, they had some guys that can shoot but have been struggling percentage-wise. Mm-hmm. And just like I said, in games like this, you need players to step up. And, Caden Boozer and Sar, they stepped up. Mm-hmm. And we continue to stay the fight defensively. I'm just really proud of the toughness and the perseverance of this group. We went down, we came back up, we kept getting knocked down, we kept getting back up and taking a step forward, and then we just kept taking steps forward. And just the communication in the huddle, talking about where we were, where we want to be, and how to get there was absolutely fantastic. And, again, what a beautiful moment for Carolina basketball.
Coach, 2 more things. Caleb was incredible in that first, really incredible all night.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Kind of had your team on his back there
yeah.
in the first half. Just your thoughts on him stepping up to the moment tonight.
Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you need your big-time players to play big, and Caleb's a big-time player. And his ability to keep us in the game. He also made great plays defensively, blocking and altering shots. The length, his length, Henry's length was a huge determining factor. It's hard because I need to watch the game over again. So many things happen so quickly, and I'm just a little numb right now because I know we won. I know how we won, but I can't wait to watch the game over again and just be able to experience and take it in again.
Last thing. 2 years ago, you guys had an emotional win against Duke here.
Yeah, then Clemson here.
Came out
I know
against
what you're
Clemson.
talking about. I already talked to him.
Didn't play well.
Okay.
At least early in that game, didn't play well.
Tied at 77 with about 33 minutes to go, and then
you may remember that game.
I remember that name. Yeah.
So you're heading to Miami. Very good team. Won today. Tough road trip upcoming on Tuesday. Obviously, this is an incredible moment and an incredible win. How do you kind of enjoy it, but get ready to go again?
You enjoy and get ready to go again. I want them to enjoy this.
Yeah.
It's hard to win. And you win in this rivalry, in this series, you better enjoy it. And so I told them I want them to have this. Yes, I love the final score. The most important thing that I want for these kids are experiences. So I told them, be careful, go down to Frankel Street. That's something that they'll remember for the rest of their life. Now, we have practice tomorrow. That's over. Our preparation is on a very, very good Miami team. And so we'll prepare the next couple days to be able to compete against the Hurricanes on Tuesday night.
You already thinking about that, I could tell.
I am.
You're
but
ready
I'm going to celebrate tonight. I'm going to celebrate. I'm so proud of these kids.
A lot to celebrate. Tar Heels come back. They do not lead until there's 0.4 of a second remaining in the game, but they have the lead when it matters most. 71-68, the final. Coach, congratulations. Great win.
All right, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Guys, that's Hubert David. Already think, guys, he's going to enjoy it tonight, but already planning for Miami. But Tar Heels win by 3. Back to you.
After one of the most incredible moments in Carolina Duke history, we're with the most incredible shot of the night, Seth Trimble. Seth, there's nothing else to talk about other than that last shot. What happened?
Derek had a fantastic drive, made a fantastic kick, and, I shot what I work on every day. I love the corners. The guys get on me for not shooting enough, so just for me to step up and knock that down for the team was huge.
When you let it go, what'd you think?
Oh, I knew it was good. Started leaning back, started hitting the lean back pose, like the old man pose, and it was good. Yeah, that felt good. So just to see it going, man, It doesn't even feel real. Like, I don't feel like I just did that. It's crazy.
And then what happened in the ensuing minutes after that? The shot goes in. The students storm the court like nobody's ever seen before. What was happening to you then?
Man, I got rushed. All I saw was cameras. I'm luckily my teammates were around me, so they were able to give me a little bit of space. But, man, I was losing my breath. That happened so quick. I didn't even know what to do. I couldn't even celebrate. It just happened in a blur.
Then they put time back on the clock. So what happens then?
Get a stop. Do what we did the last, 4 minutes of the game. We went back and forth too much of the game, but when it came down to it, we were able to get some stops.
How were you able to make the comeback late in the second half, trailed the entire game, and then all of a sudden started making that push?
Finally put together some stops. We knew once we do that, we were going to put ourselves in a great position to win the game, but we didn't do it until like the damn 4-minute mark. So,
and offensively, Caleb had a great first half, and then it was a little bit more widespread there in the second half. How were you able to get better looks?
Yeah, I mean, Caleb, his dominant performance in the first half, it opened so much up for us in the second half. They doubled him, and he was able to make great plays from that. Obviously, we want him to still be aggressive, but obviously when you have two on you, it's going to be much harder to score. But he made a great job making the right plays, and a lot of guys got other opportunities from it.
You win the game, and you come back down the tunnel, and there's a who's who of Carolina basketball alums in there. Theo Pinson was giving you a big hug. Antoine Jamison's down there. What is that like?
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's just surreal, man. I mean, seeing the legends celebrate you, just notch yourself in that history with those legends, it means so much. It's crazy. It's a surreal feeling just to be able to get that love from those type of guys.
You've been watching Carolina Duke basketball your whole life. You just made a shot that people are going to see for the next 100 years. What does that feel like?
Feels pretty good. I ain't thought about that. It feels pretty good.
Where do we go now?
We go to Miami. First we go to Franklin Street.
There we go.
And we celebrate, but Tuesday we're right back to it. So we validate what we just did tonight.
But the rest of the night, it's about
Oh,
celebrating.
yeah, we at Franklin, yeah. Y'all know where to find us.
Courtesy of this guy right here, Seth Trimble. Tar Heels beat Duke. Seth, thank you.
Thank you, Adam. Appreciate y'all. It's all love. I will see y'all later.
All right, man. Thank you.
Carolina wins it 71-68. Adam, I found it really interesting that Hubert Davis was ready to go where I was going to try and go on that last question, where these are as an emotional, a regular season win, maybe since winning in Cameron in 22 to end the regular season. But even then, you had a little bit of time because you're going in the ACC tournament. This one, I mean, Tar Heels are jumping on a plane on Monday to go play a good Miami team in Coral Gables on Tuesday night. It's a quick turnaround, and he was ready for the conversation, but he also got kind of fired up about the conversation. He wanted his team to enjoy it, but seems like he also wants them to be ready to go.
Well, and that was the public-facing part of Hubert Davis. The inward-facing part of Hubert Davis wanted those post-game interviews to move quickly for his players so that they could get to Franklin Street in time to be there while people were still celebrating, which, as long as they're there before 1 or 2 a.m., I think there'll still be people there celebrating. But just, as you said, one of the most emotional regular season wins we've ever seen. All-time Smith Center crowd.
Yes.
I mean, just 22,000 people doing everything they could to keep Carolina in that game. The atmosphere was incredible. Crowd was incredible. Students incredible. Shot incredible.
Tar Heel, I guess we can call him a historian at this point. Steve Kirshner just sent Adam and me a text saying Calabria with a tip-in 96. But there were still 6.5 seconds to go in that one. And Ricky Price, I think, missed a shot for Duke on the other side. So, yes, Dante Calabria, but still, that was 6.5 seconds, not 4/10, which, by the way, seemed a little generous for Duke at the end. But that'll be lost to history.
Got to storm the court twice. That's fine.
Double time. Okay, wow, what a night. Tar Heels shoot 61% in the second half. They hit 5 of their 7 threes in the second half. They hold Duke to 37.5%. They outscore the Blue Devils 42-27 in half number 2. Incredible night. Adam, any final thoughts?
This tweet from Mike Monaco that I think is from ESPN Research. Carolina led for 0.4 seconds, as Jones said. The least time led by a Division I team in a win this season.
I don't doubt it. Be hard to get much lower. Tar Heels win it 71-68 in the Smith Center tonight. Let's enjoy it. Tar Heels win it by 3. Thanks for joining us on a Rapid Reactions edition of the Carolina Insider, presented by Modelo.
Jordan, look at that!
May for the win. Got it! Luke May!
How about them Tar Heels? They are the national champions.